Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how I've made my Kugo M4 Pro a bit more water resistant. You're only going to need two things for this. Gorilla Tape is going to be one of them and a caulk and sealant. It's going to need to be for exterior, of course. It's going to need to water resistant and it's going to have high strength, quick cure, and it's going to have to be flexible. You can get anything like this in a hardware store, to be honest. And you basically just use this just to pump the sealant into the areas that you want. I've also modified the controller just a little small bit. I'll come to that at the end of this video. The first area that you really should be looking at is if you have a motor on the back, motor on the front, wherever the case is, you need to follow where your motor cable is. So this is just running straight into the battery compartment where the controllers are, battery is. It can corrode pretty much everything, and then it's going to be very expensive. A lot of people would say what I'm doing is not very good because you can get a buildup of condensation. I did do this on my Varla Pegasus, which had over 2,700 kilometers on it, and it has been in every all-weather situation and it didn't let me down once. So I think it is pretty much vital if you live in a country where it rains a lot. The sealant is basically, this is where the motor cable is going right into the battery compartment. You simply pump the sealant into here, not too much. And then you can use a cotton bud as well to push it a little bit in. And to basically do as neat of a job as possible. Don't be too messy. Motor cable, brake cable, anything that's going into the deck is going to need for this to be done. So make sure you do every single part. Now, of course, if you do have lights also going around your deck, it doesn't look neat, but I have used Gorilla Tape. Now, Gorilla Tape is probably one of the best products you can use for basically anything at all. I've used it on multiple things around my home. Very easy to tear off. Extremely cheap. I actually do need to get more, as you can see. All you do, make sure your surface is clean. Anywhere where there's a seam, for example, these lights here, these are also LED lights. I have put the Gorilla Tape all around this area so water cannot get in and go down into the deck. I've also done this on my Varla Eagle 1, which I'll hopefully have an update on soon, by the way, because the controllers are blown on that one. But I've put the Gorilla Tape all around, including the LED area, and also underneath the electric scooter I've done a bit as well. One of the vital points about any electric scooter is particularly the front. Now on this scooter is actually quite good because you have a cover here that slides on to the battery compartment area. If it's splashing up, basically you're riding along, you're getting all the debris, all the rain splashing up in this area. So what I have done is I've put silicone. Now this scooter actually was sealed already, but I did open up this area to get at the controller. But I put silicone around where any of the gaps are. Nice and neat. Well, as neat as possible. Also this area here, because rain can run in through here and off it goes into the electronics area. So you just need to be careful, do as neat of a job as possible. I do need to get this bit more of a clean, but I did do this a while ago. And of course I will update as things develop. How long I'm going to get out of the scooter, I don't know, but I'm definitely willing to try. I've put Gorilla Tape here, Gorilla Tape underneath here, so water cannot, I guess, run directly underneath. Also, another one is the lights as well. Water can easily get into this area, so I'm going to apply a bit more over here. So it can't kind of run down into this area because, of course, you need your lights working in the winter. Not only that, I actually done it to the backlight as well because water can't get in through the gaps here and corrode everything, damage everything. And you can't really see it here, but I actually applied silicone to this area on the back mudguard. It is a bit dirty now because I've been using the electric scooter, but I think that needs to be done also. So you need to try and seal as much area as possible to make it as water resistant as possible. It doesn't look great, I understand that, particularly if you spent thousands on an electric scooter, but I gotta tell you, you know, you gotta try your best. So I'll just show you an example here. I need to fix that there. But let's say you just have the same kind of area you want to seal up. Put your Gorilla Tape on. Make sure the area is nice and clean. Tuck it underneath. Like this. And surprisingly, I'll tell you a tip now, but surprisingly it does actually hold quite well. It doesn't look great, but it definitely does the job. Top tip here, if you have a mudguard that is short and you're constantly getting water on your back end as you're riding, what I done on my Varla Eagle 1 and Varla Pegasus, I put Gorilla Tape as an extension over, and it actually stopped the water from splashing up on my back throughout the winter, and it done a good job. This mudguard is actually okay, so I won't have any issues with that, but definitely that's just a top tip there. Now the controller, I'm going to show you some footage now, as you can see, and I basically use some thermal tape, which is this stuff here, and you peel this off and you put it on your controller. Now on the Kugo, there's not a lot of space because you have a divider here. The controller is actually in this area. You have a divider here, and then you have your battery in this area. Basically what this does, it kind of prevents the controller from actually overheating, but it's probably, I guess, a good preventative measure. I should have done it on my Varla Eagle 1. The front controller blew on that because I was, I guess, riding the scooter so hard I never gave it a break, to be honest, and that's more than likely why the controller blew on that one, which does suck. But yeah, put a few layers on it there. Again, anything in this video is just from what I have tried. Nothing is guaranteed whatsoever, so of course always keep that in mind. But I guess try your best. Of course, if you don't feel confident doing anything like this, get somebody like a friend, somebody who works on electric scooters that knows how to, I guess, do these small jobs. But don't ever be afraid to try something yourself, to take your time, to take pictures as you go along on where the cables are going, the management of the cables, to get everything closed back up properly. Don't be afraid to try anything. But I know it hasn't been an exciting video, but I think it's very important to do something like this. So if you have enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, have a look at the first impressions that I done on this scooter, and a review will be coming at some stage as I continue to ride this Kugo M4 Pro. Take it easy, and I'll talk to you in the next video.